So it's an important bill, but also there are issues that the public, need to be aware of. Like all bills passed by Parliament or acts passed by Parliament, the persons who are required to follow the mandate is the mass of people out there.
As a journalist, I would put you on the spot here. As you know, currently there is a data protection bill that is making its way through the legislative ringer in the Parliament of Grenada. Have you had a chance to hear what your colleague attorneys on the ground are saying about this particular legislation at all? Or are you been so busy with cases?
Yes. Good morning to you, and good morning to all listeners and viewers. I have been out of circulation a bit over the last 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
I've been out of state. In fact, I'm still out of state, but in the Caribbean now. So I have not been following it too much, but I've been checked by several people, media outlets, to do programs on it, which I intend to start this coming week.
Okay.
I have had the opportunity to glance at the proposed bill. In fact, I was involved in discussions probably more than 10 years ago in relation to a suite of legislation that included the data protection bill. I'm not too sure if this current bill mirrors that bill. It's something I have to double check, but I know at the time, about 10 years ago, it was promoted by the International Telecommunications Union and the Caribbean Telecommunications Union. So it's an important bill, but also there are issues that the public, need to be who are required to follow the mandate is the mass of people out there, and therefore it's important that people, understand these bills. And I think that probably is one of the continues to be a challenge with insufficient dissemination of information and the public legal education when it comes to these bills that possibly impinge on fundamental rights and freedoms. But that's
now you said I will follow up here. You said that that particular bill was a part of a suite of legislation before. Did you have an opportunity then to at least review that particular bill? And did you have any concerns then about its contents, or did you not get that far?
Yeah, well, that was probably more than 11 years ago. So I have to refresh myself. But what I can say, like all these bills that relate to developments in technology, relate to privacy, touch and concern privacy, it is important. There's always the balancing act to ensure that you achieve the objective of the bill, which is really personal data protection on the one hand, and there are no possibilities or opportunities to abuse those who have power under the act, to abuse that power for other reasons other than what the bill is intended to achieve. So I intend to look at both bills closely because as far as I understand, this one is promoted by the eGrip project,
Correct.
which is slightly different from what it was then. But I intend to do, because several entities have checked me on it, and I intend to do, starting this week, some public education, sensitization, and explanation as best as I could as to the contents of the bill, the pros and cons.
And
So I would
finally,
like to take away from
correct. But
the health.
finally, yes,
Yes.
I am aware. Finally, final question, and I'll get to Dr. Spencer and Ms. Greaves to begin the mental health discussion. But in the past, in respect of a consultation with civil society partners, what has been the protocol before particular legislation goes before Parliament? Is it always the case that government consults with, for example, the Bar Association? You are the president of the Bar. Is it
Yeah.
always the case that they consult with the Bar before bringing legislation to Parliament, or that's not necessarily a par for the course all the time?
No, well, it's always a call, and it has always been from the Bar Association and other civil society groupings that not all legislation certainly, but when you have important bits of legislation that impact on fundamental rights and freedoms, possibly, then it's important to ensure a smooth passage of the legislation with the least controversy. It's important that you have that kind of consultation and public education, and to get entities like the Bar Association and others to assist the public education process. It's one it's of good practice, and it's not always done. It has not always been done. It has been the consistent call, and hopefully with this bit of legislation, but I think it's an important piece of legislation, but it's also important too that the concerns of the public be addressed. And also whether there are any misconceptions, that these are also addressed.
Hi everyone, thanks for checking out the Bub Report's social media pages. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch our weekly live show, follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch repeat episodes on Wednesdays at 4 and 5 p.m. respectively on CRFM Radio and GBN TV in Grenada. We are also viewed on Sundays at 8 p.m. on WPG 10 throughout the Caribbean. Thanks for watching.